The brief introduction. We will have today very intensive training. Actually, it's kind of introduction with kind of frame of study courses for soft skills from all universities. We were working and elaborating courses within teams. We were working very actively, and it's very nice to have a kind of already this active and engagement and enrollment in project. I have to say again, thank you to Helsinki team who was starting this communication for project for course development. And so today, me and Irina, and also Anda and colleague from Armenia, we were working on a very kind of basic, simple, but at the same time very essential and important study course, which is project writing, project management, and looking for sources of funding. So, as you see, our team is, of course, Irina Obukhova from Moscow Physics of Institute, Inga and Anda from University of Latvia, and Yerevan State University, Juliana Melekyan. But unfortunately, she is busy today with students and exams because it's end of the May. So she is sending greetings to you all, and she is kind of participating here with her soul and spirit. I cannot see. I'm sorry. The course aim is to develop effective competence and understanding for project proposal writing, management. Also, it's important to and giving understandings how to understand this fundraising for research and project idea. In this course, we will explore the big picture of the project development, all project life cycle, and approach of one of the most important things within the project, which is team working. And the course content is existing from like key concepts of planning, writing, executing projects. It will help to identify factors that will lead to success story of the project. Very important is project planning and analyzing, risk analysis, quality monitoring, and learners will be exposed to state of methodologies and to consider the challenges of different types of projects. Also, there will be a very important part of to find appropriate funding for your project ideas, because nowadays it's very important that you are not kind of only the expert in the field of research, but also you have to attract money, which is very important and essential for your research, and also how to sell your research, and also project idea. So course content is I could say very basic. We will cover such topics as project structure, cycle, problem statement, inputs, outputs, also log frame, results, of course, indicators, impact indicators, project log frame, which is all of the project, different assessment methods, planning, also evaluation, project cycle. Very important role is for fundraising, project writing, and submission. And as I told, risk and quality management. So we were kind of detecting 8 learning outcomes for this study course. And the first one is ability to formulate and defend project idea. Second one is to select appropriate project funding for realization of the project. Also formulate aim and wider and specific objectives of the project. Ability to create logic framework, project outcomes, risks, deliverables, activities, and assumptions. Also is the 5th one is to demonstrate ability to creation the project budget and financial plan. Also demonstrate skills and competence of the team working, and ability on time management, and skills on project overall management. Because actually project is on moment when you are just submitting project, it's only idea, but reality starts when you are having this funding and you have to start implementation of the project. And demonstrate ability on risk assessment and quality control. If we are speaking about assessment methods, then we could do this kind of more within interactive practical approach and way, because it would be nice to involve already PhD students in this practical elaboration of some project example. And so we have such assessment methods as a submission of project draft and an assessment, cross-evaluation and depending on the project proposal, oral presentation, of course, given in English, because it would be the best practice how to work on the project proposals, because mainly all proposals are in English. And so yes, the course is recommended to be completed for postgraduate students. And also it could be compulsory for research and dissertation work and best practice which could help later to work in the field of research. And assessment criteria: evidence of cooperative behavior, interaction involvement, timeline and or management plan, application of critical thinking, of course, and problem-solving thinking, high-level engagement with the task, attendance at the group meetings. So we were talking with Irina, and also I was asking kind of advice about this pass and fail rate. So just it is very indicative, like 75% could be changed. Of course, it's as it is practical study course, then it's very important to really attend in all practical lab works, because it could be organized mainly like theory. Theory could be mixed together with lab works. So, and hopefully, not hopefully, but yes, we are planning to finalize this study course till the end of the June. And Irina, maybe you have some comments or some ideas what I didn't said.
Okay. Okay. Can you switch, Alexander, my video, because I can't my video. Well, Alexander. Okay. Hello, everybody. So thank you very much, Inga, for so nice presentation for our ideas. From our point of view, for modern scientists, especially young scientists, it's very important have skills and competence on project writing and project management, because they are modern science existent on the ground, and your salary sometimes very strongly depends on how many grants you have for your laboratory, for yourself, for personally. So this is very important for not only for future, but for a current career and research, even within the PhD studies. So we have also opportunity already to test our idea. 2 weeks ago, we started to test this course, some first stage, with our partner from India, from Calcutta. It's a GRS College for Engineering and Technologies. And we already prepared, within our project, prepared the first training session devoted to creation of project idea for 20 participants from this college, and also not only project idea, but how to find a proper funds for your project idea. And we will continue to write and to test our project. But unfortunately, is, if you know, in Calcutta, this is West Bengali, was a terrible storm. And for the moment, our participants has no possibility to use internet, good internet connections. They just recover from this storm, but do hope it will be possible in the next weeks. So we'll keep you informed about our progress. So this is a good opportunity, not only develop, but also the test of the ideas we put to this course. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please ask.
Okay, and one more additional comment, as I told when I was starting presentation, that kind of project writing and fundraising for project for research and project idea, it may seem kind of very simple and very not complicated task, but actually when you are starting this and to fit this project idea in specific project funding, and how to describe it, and how to prove your idea, and how to kind of show the essence of your research, actually it's very, I can say, complicated, and very needs first of all collaboration with your project team, also setup of project team, which is a very big success story of your project, and also manage this team. And yes, I can say that project management is kind of one of the essential needs nowadays.
By the way, among our participants, there is a PhD students from a PPT. Azam, maybe you can add some or comments to this course. What is your opinion?
And if no, then someone maybe can ask.
Just he sent me
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay. What do you think about the course of project writing and project management for a PhD student?
Actually, I think it's a very good idea, because what PhD students now are just like stacking around is their dissertation, and this is a big pressure for them. So, and the problem that we are going deep mining in research rather than see how relevant these researchers be on the society, or how can we be relevant in that, especially that PhD is like a long journey, about 4 years. So it's very important to know how to manage these projects, how to be like, for example, a lot of PhD students finish their dissertation without knowing how to be independent researchers. And I see that the aim of a PhD student is just to be an independent researcher. It means that you should like lead a research group. It means that you can plan your research. It means that you can think of really relevant projects that you can just suggest or apply for grants or apply for that. It's very important in this point of view.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Well, any other questions?
Yes, questions, opinions, recommend. But actually, I would like to have a very healthy criticism and recommendations.
Okay.
Inga, you mentioned in your presentation about input indicators. Can you specify? Can you develop a little bit?
Irina, maybe you can help me.
You mean indicators of progress?
Input indicators. You have a specific.
In what place? Just maybe come back to this slide.
Yes. Number 5.
Course content. This is well, indicators. When you are working on the we just try to add all our points which is necessary for development application. And when you're working on application, you just plan some activities. You also need to put some indicator how you will indicator of your progress. So from our point of view, this is important to take attention to this point for project proposals writing, because sometimes even by myself I am thinking about what is indicators necessary for progress, and it's take me time to write to find the proper indicators. So this is about so we would like to point this to take attention to this point in our course content. But of course, this is not the final version, it's draft version, and we will then later to approve our course content, of course, when we'll have the final version of the course. Okay.
Yes, and there is also on another slide, you mentioned about the logical framework and assumptions. Was it
yes, a logic framework matrix. This is very important when you're working on the project proposals. And the main recommendation of our Erasmus Plus office, that just first of all, focusing on the preparation of logic framework matrix. If you understand of your logics of your project, later will be easier to work on our other project proposals, and risks and assumptions. As we can see, it's very important part of this logic framework matrix. We can see it on our project when we are working we didn't expect that we will have a situation with coronavirus, and it's unfortunate this risk have not been mentioned at our proposals. Nevertheless, we met with these risks, but fortunately we successfully over this risk. And however, for the future project, I will mention these risks as a possible risk for in the logic framework matrix. And assumptions, this is also important part of the matrix. Just as I know from my practice, evaluator and experts take attention to the risks and assumptions which you mentioned in the project. So we think that it's important to take attention how to estimate risks and assumptions for realization of the project.
Thank you.